Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. Órale. Total Trucker here, Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. Let's go ahead and let's get into a little bit of some good wrestling talk, man. Let me bring in my tag team partner from the LA Times, one Mr. Pablo.
What's happening, everybody? Let's do this.
What's going on, big dog?
Just chilling, man. Chilling. And yeah, you said my tag team partner. Yeah, man. We're having some issues in our tag team championship, man. I'm gonna go heel. You're gonna stay the good guy, brother.
Hey, real quick, man.
Yeah.
I see your profile picture there, Randy Orton.
Right.
Is he coming back? What's your thoughts, man? He was supposed to be coming back. I mean, there was rumors of him coming back for like pretty much this whole year almost.
Right.
Man. What's going on, man? What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think they're just rumors. People get out ahead of it, man, and whatever's going on with his back, it's a serious issue because these wrestlers, man, they take bumps.
Mm.
They take some serious bumps, bro. And you've seen also with his shoulder, which pops out of joint, which has done it a few times. I'm sure you've seen that.
Mhm.
And this guy just has to be careful. He's not a spring chicken no more, bro.
Does he come back?
Oh yeah, I say towards the end of the year. His dad said something to the effect that he didn't give us a direct answer, but that he wants to come back. So I don't know. He's coming back. Hopefully, I think if he would have retired, he would have did it by now, bro.
Okay. All right. Could it be one of those situations like Daniel Bryan or what? By the way, what's up, Vanessa? Daniel Bryan or Edge, where it's like, you know what, we're gonna force you, or not force you, but you can't wrestle anymore, and he's all like, nah, you know what, I'm not gonna retire. I'm gonna, wait until I'm able to get back in the ring.
Yeah, could be, man, could be.
Okay.
I don't like
Okay.
when they do that, man, but I guess it's part of the contract. What they do to those people, huh?
Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess so. That sucks.
Yeah, man. The Viper with Edge slowing down, like possibly going to AEW or whatever it's going to be. A lot of these legends that we had around forever are slowly going away, man, and it's kind of sad. The next generation's coming up. We got the old now. Roman Reigns is like one of the veterans now. So it's crazy.
Yeah. That's definitely crazy, man. Because just used to a lot of these guys just being there, and now that they're not there, it's like, well, you start looking at others, and you're like, okay, well, I guess these are the old school guys now, I guess.
Yeah, and John Cena with his dumb haircut. They need to come. They need to, when he's around, man. I got to start appreciating it because one day he's not going to be here, and we're going to remember the days of John Cena. Even Hulk Hogan, he can't wrestle no more. Man,
Right.
bring him back a little more often, bro. He's a legend, just to keep that whole, WrestleMania, Hulkamania alive, bro. The excitement, dude. I don't know. I wish they would honor the. In other words, I know Randy Orton was the legend slayer, but they should honor these legends a little more. Let them pop in here and there.
I'll tell you, man. I was at what show was it? Something SmackDown, like the 1000th something of SmackDown. I forgot what it was, man.
Right.
But what's up, Richard? But like all these legends were gonna be there, right? And they were. When the Hulkster's music bumped, you know how it starts, the whole dun dun dun. Man, that place went crazy.
Oh, I bet.
Man, that place went crazy. His entrance is still kick ass, man.
Yeah, I've seen him live a bunch of times. I even seen him as Mr. America. I seen him all kinds of times, man. But every time he comes out, man, it's special. It's special. Can't wrestle worth a lick, but it's exciting.
Yeah, man. Paul, what's your thoughts on Bray Wyatt, man. He passed away tragically. I know a lot of people started throwing rumors around and like, oh man, he committed suicide. And then,
Right.
oh, he died of COVID. But the latest I saw was that he did contract COVID earlier, and that's why he was taking his hiatus, but that he died from a heart attack.
Right. Right.
What's your thoughts, man? He was 36 years old.
Yeah, man. And so supposedly COVID exacerbated that heart condition, and made it worse.
Mhm.
So yeah, and I have a buddy named Kilroy who had he had COVID, but that's not what killed him. It was the after effects of the COVID, what the COVID did to his organs and stuff,
You're talking about D. Kilroy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Okay.
it was initially he had COVID. The COVID leaves you right after a while, but it could do some damage, to those people who are like old like him,
Right.
So vaxxed and all that. But my thoughts on Bray Wyatt, man, I think you know this. He's one of my favorite wrestlers,
Mhm.
characters. I loved everything. I know, like, either you loved him or you hate it. You loved the Firefly Funhouse or you hated it. I'm one of the guys who loved it. I thought it was great. Every time he was there, man, I was excited. Like I said, when he came back this time, when they were teasing the White Rabbit and all that stuff, and I remember the ratings went up 25%. Places were packing out, people were excited. But then again, it's kind of sad that the WWE dropped the ball and kept it going too long. And we thought, we were like, what's going on? We talk about him every once in a while, you and I, and we'd be
Mhm.
like, where is this Vato? Where is this guy, man? They don't tell us nothing. They
Right.
don't tell us nothing about it. And come to find out, man, he was really sick bad, and it was a life-threatening thing. And to lose him, man, so young is very sad, man. It's very big. He was one of the biggest money makers for the WWE. And to have a legend like that gone, man, it's crazy. Definitely first round Hall of Famer. Yeah, and he's had a few belts. He's done it. He's been there, done that, and yeah. So it's a sad day. It was a sad day, man. In our house, my wife actually cried.
Wow.
Yeah, she actually cried when she found out. She thought I was kidding when I told her, and then watching. I forgot what we were watching. I think it was Raw. And yeah, she was crying. It's crazy.
Wow. Okay.
It's crazy.
Okay. Yeah, they did a tribute on SmackDown. It's no secret. I'm not that big of a fan of the guy.
Right.
I liked him a little bit more when he first came out. The whole Wyatt family
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
character.
That was dope.
That was the character that I liked. Once it was
Right.
the Fiend and the family funhouse thing, I was like, I'm good.
Right.
But look, he could wrestle, and he definitely had his fan base. Yeah, it was. I was starting to get a little frustrated. Like, okay, what the heck is going on, man? When is he coming back? Is he coming back? What's the deal?
Right.
Why is everything so secretive? How come nobody's talking about it? Like, hey, this is what's wrong with him, or it was like nothing, man. So, man, it just kind of came out of nowhere for everybody. It's just like, hey, he died. And I was like, damn, man. When I first heard that he committed suicide, you know what, Paul? Honestly, Holmes, I was like, oh, man, I bought into it.
Right.
I bought into it. I was like, oh, man, you know what? Yeah, I guess I could probably see that happening.
Right.
But damn, that sucks, man. 36 years old. And then what also came to my mind was Eddie Guerrero. He died when he was 38 years old.
Wow.
So I was like, oh man, that sucks, man. Because like I said, I personally am not that big of a fan of his, but there is room for him on the roster, and he could do some pretty cool things.
Yeah, if they would have did it right, see, he was one of the names that could dethrone Roman, that could. I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. I'm just saying he's big, he's huge. He was huge, but now he's gone. And I don't know if you've seen the end of Raw. I'm sorry, the end of SmackDown. they put up a little code where you scan it and it takes you to a website. Did you see that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of SmackDown, they put a little code, and you follow the code, and it leads you. This is what's weird, bro. I'm surprised the WWE hasn't got heat. So at the end of SmackDown, you follow the code. It takes you to YouTube to a video, and it's a video. Bray Wyatt's in the ring, and he's like, it's that speech when he first came back, where he's like, "Hey, this is me. This is me. This is I just wanted to thank you that every time, I thought nobody cared for me. I thought, my career was over. You guys would be asking, where's Bray? Where's Bray? Bring him back. Bring him back. And it's him talking in the ring. It's really heartfelt, man. And he looks, and Uncle Howdy shows up on the screen, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Uncle Howdy tells him, "Your life is over. It's over. It's time to die." And it was really weird like that, bro. Uncle Howdy's telling you, now you know who you are, or something like that, bro. And it ends, and it's like, dude, why would they put that?
Wow.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
yeah, that's the way they ended it.
Do you think we ever find out who Uncle Howdy is? Do you think that story ever comes back?
Well, it was his brother.
No, I know, but I'm saying story wise. Do you think that story ever comes back? Do you think Uncle Howdy comes out?
I hope not, bro. I hope not.
No,
if
it
they
just
do,
ends.
yeah. If they do, if something comes back, man, if they're going to use his brother, which is Bo Dallas, right?
Right. Yeah.
If they could reunite the Wyatt family, maybe that would be something cool with Bo Dallas as a leader. I don't know, but I don't want to see Uncle Howdy. What's that with that Bray, bro? I don't know. What do you think?
There's no need. There's no need for it, and it might be cool, maybe just for a week, maybe two. But I think people are just gonna get like, okay, you guys are just trying to capitalize off, Finn Balor. I'm sorry, Finn. I'm reading the comment here off of Bray Wyatt,
Right?
and it's like, nah, I don't think it'll work long term. It'll work, I believe, short term, but not long term.
Yeah, it might be good to build up Bo Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
That might work, but I'm sure he's going to be mourning for a little bit. Unless he's like Chavo Guerrero when Eddie passed, he wanted to go that night, man. He wanted to get in the ring and represent. So we'll see. Time will tell.
Well, you know what? So they went ahead and they had a match paying tribute to Bray Wyatt with LA Knight versus Finn Balor. I'm not really sure what the match, how that really paid tribute to him.
Right.
But okay, what was your thoughts on it?
Nada, man. I was like, whatever. It's like, hey, it's like nothing, man, nothing.
Yeah. I didn't really see much in there either. I mean, I guess it was pretty cool just to have LA Knight talk a little bit, but yeah, there was nothing there for make me to think like, oh man, this reminds me of Bray Wyatt or something.
Right. He was his last opponent, right?
LA Knight, yeah,
his last opponent, and I think also I heard Top Dollar say that he was he's one of the last people they did something with too. I guess Bray Wyatt came and threw him out the ring or something like that.
Yeah. So I was just like, oh, okay, it's just a match. All right, whatever, man. But when I think of Finn Balor or LA Knight, the first thing that comes from is not Bray Wyatt. So, but
yeah, it would have been neat, more of a maybe Seth Rollins, somebody who's had a big feud with him. It would have been nicer, would have meant more.
Yeah. Hey, let's move on to somebody that you are a little bit more in tune with, man. Terry Funk.
Oh yeah.
Terry Funk passes away. Now, I'm pretty much just familiar with the later part of his career. I remember him in ECW.
Yeah.
I remember him a little bit in WCW. And then when he came into the WWE, he was already old, man. But this guy, even at an old age, Paul, this dude was still, with barbed wires and
I
thumbtacks and
know.
getting busted up. And like, I was like, wow, man, this dude is crazy, man.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts, man, on Terry Funk?
Well, Terry Funk, no Mick Foley, And
Okay.
Terry Funk, man, I've been watching him since I was a kid. Wasn't one of my favorites, but see, back in the day, like I always bring up the Olympic Auditorium in LA,
Mm,
when those are the territory days, right? There was
right.
territories everywhere, and the wrestlers would, like, sometimes if you watch Young Rock, it shows this, they would lend each other wrestlers. Okay, we'll lend you this wrestler for a couple months, you go over there. So whenever Terry Funk would come around, it was a big deal when he would come to LA, because you knew it was going to be hardcore. And it was Terry and Dory Funk, I believe, his brother, and they would come as a package, bro, and they were just mean. They were like hillbillies. They were a little too hillbillyish for me, but they were
Okay.
greats. They were legends, bro. And because of them, so many of these wrestlers like Austin and everybody, a lot of people took stuff from them, and how to be mean, how to be vicious, man, how to be hardcore. Definitely the king of hardcore. If there ever was one, there's nobody greater than Terry, in that sense. But yeah, man, he wasn't the biggest dude, he wasn't the buffest dude, but he knew how to work a match. He had so many rivalries, with Flair, with Chavo Guerrero Sr., man, on and on, bro. He was just a legend, bro, a legend.
Yeah, he in the year of 1989, Terry Funk won a couple of awards that year. Best interviewer, or best to be interviewed. What was it? The best heel. The best. It was quite a few, man. I was reading them off, and one of them was best feud, and that was with the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Oh yeah, they had some battles, bro.
Okay,
Yeah,
all
they had
right.
some battles, man. I used to back in the day. I used to subscribe to all these magazines, right? Wrestling magazines. We're
Uh-huh.
talking like when I was 10 years old. They had a bunch of them, bro, and they used to show all these fight. We couldn't watch them because they're like in Texas or Arkansas, not that way.
Right.
But I would see all the fights that Terry would have and Dusty and all these guys. It was just legends, man. We're losing them quick, man. But thank God Terry was around, because a lot of these people who he influenced, man, to become great speakers, also like Jake the Snake and others, man. It's just awesome, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, he lived to be 79.
Woo!
So, I mean, to just to be fair, most people that are born do not live to be 79.
Right.
Most people that are born do not, but and everything that he did, man, I was just crazy. I mean, I don't know how much blood this guy has lost in his life just
Right.
performing, but man, he's lost a lot, man.
I
Um,
know.
no, man,
Bro,
I definitely
bro.
tip my cap to Terry Funk, man.
He was back even in the day when I was a kid, he was spilling blood. That's
Wow.
what I remember about him. He would come to town, and people would be so excited for him, bro. He never was my favorite. I wouldn't get excited for him coming, but it was a big deal, bro. He was
Mm,
huge even back then. But now in the later years, new personalities take over. You got The Rock, you got Austin, you got Angle, you got all these guys that make you laugh or whatever, and you kind of forget those guys that paved the way. But had it not been for the guys like Terry, there wouldn't be all these guys that we love today, and girls.
yeah. Yeah, man. Well, there you go, man. It's a week where we lost two, one old school and one I don't know if I'd say new school, but still active, still young. Still had a lot of career left in front of them. So, man, may they rest in peace, man.
Yes, yes.
That's for sure. Hey, Paul, this is a little bit old news, but we've never touched on it. Uh, my girl Charlotte Flair looks like she's divorced or divorcing
Right.
Andrade.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, I remember. Okay, first of all, they're kind of like an odd couple to me. But I was like, hey, that's pretty cool. You know, the thing, okay, why this actually interests me, Paul. I'm not one of these guys who say, hey, who's dating who?
Right.
Let me see who's dating this person, who's dating that person. Like that. I
Of
don't, I'm
course.
really, yeah, I don't care about that. But the reason why it did interest me, Paul, is because I was a little bit in fear that Charlotte was going to leave the WWE. If you guys
Right.
remember, not too long ago, there was big rumors that she might be taking off, going to AEW with her husband. What's your thoughts, Paul?
Yeah. Same thing, man. Same thing. I think we talked about it a few weeks ago. I still remember her crying because Seth Rollins has Becky, and she would see all these couples backstage, Bianca Belair and the Street Profit guy. I forget his name, man. So she would see these, and she says, "Man, I wish I had my guy." And she was crying in an interview, right?
Right.
I forgot who it was. Maybe with Stone Cold or somebody. Well, anyways, I was scared of the same thing, and obviously, the reason we talk about her is because there's you and I were probably some of the biggest fans of Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
We disagree on a lot of people, but Charlotte Flair, we both say, hey, bow down to the queen, bro.
The best, the absolute best.
Best of all time, greatest of all
Yes.
time. No
Absolutely.
question.
Yes.
No question. So, yeah, it was definitely be scary if she left. But, man, so we started hearing that Andrade was unfollowed by Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair, and then the rumors started going. And, then I started hearing, well, maybe it's not true. And all indications seem that it is true. That it is true. From, they haven't clarified that it's not true as far as I know.
Yeah. Yeah. First of all, Richard says, Terry had a heart of gold. Always try to take care of the boys in the back. R.I.P.
Yeah. Did you ever get to meet him, Richard?
Yeah, Richard, you ever get to, press the flesh with one Mr. Terry Funk? Esa Benny says, Andrade did it for the papers on huevo.
Hey, that's right. Smart man. Man, bro, just like, man, just before we got the news, Charlotte was posting, bro, like them eating dinner in Mexico, dancing together, all this stuff, like everything was good, but you never, I guess we all put forward what we want people to know about us on social media, and Charlotte was the same,
And you know what, Paul? You know what? Like, I'm not really, too big, too high on these mixed tag teams. But if they were ever to be on the same promotion, that is one hell of a great mixed tag team right there, man. With Andrade teaming up with Charlotte Flair.
Yeah.
That would be one hell of a mixed tag team. Hey, Richard's saying, yeah, man.
Oh, that's dope.
He got to press the flesh, man, and hang out with Terry Funk, man, the godfather of hardcore.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm sure I met him as a kid too, I'm sure I met him as a kid, but probably not my favorite to go up to and get an autograph.
Yeah, probably. He probably had blood all over him and everything, man, taking pictures with kids.
Who was around LA a lot more than Terry that I remember was Dory, his brother. His brother was around. It was big too, but he wasn't as big as deal as Terry.
Okay. All right. Hey, Paul, you just brought up the Street Profits. Okay. Montez Ford and Angelo Dawkins, right? They're starting this kind of trio with Bobby Lashley.
Right.
Okay. I don't know if anybody has noticed. So Montez Ford is the younger guy who's married to Bianca Belair.
Right.
If anybody pays attention, he's got a little bit of a belly on him now, man.
Oh,
I know.
no.
I don't know if anybody picked up on it. I picked up on it like that. I'm like, dog, you used to have like a straight out 6-pack, like a hard 6-pack. Man, you got a belly on you, man. And Angelo Dawkins, who was always the bigger of the two, that dude has lost a lot of weight. Boy, he is so skinny now that it looks awkward, like his head is bigger than his body. It is, man. It's weird to look at. But Montez Ford, who is probably the most athletic guy in the WWE, arguably.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know, because they've been away from television for a while, right? So we just barely started seeing them just recently again. So I don't know if he kind of let himself go or what. But my man, dog, he picked up, quite a little bit of a gut, man. I don't know if anybody noticed that. Have you noticed that, Paul?
Nah, man. Whenever they come on, it kind of bores me, bro. But he's probably off the juice, bro. Him and his wife, bro. You don't get Bianca Belair doesn't. You don't. Women don't get that naturally big, bro. Her forehead, her fingers are like ET. Her toes are like 8 inches long, bro. I think they're a juice couple, bro. That's just my opinion. I don't want to get a suit here, but anyways, Sue Cholo Trucker. Nah,
Wow.
but I think they were a juice couple, but I'm not. He could be off the juice, but that's just my opinion, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't really see Bianca Belair too big, but
She's huge, bro.
no,
She's huge. Look at her
no.
legs, bro. Her legs, her shoulders. Her shoulders when she stands next to any other woman, dude, she's a monster.
I don't know, Paul. It seems like you're stretching, it's a little bit of an exaggeration.
No,
She's
no.
not
Come
that
on. Okay. Who's even close to her being that big? Besides mommy. Besides mommy.
bad. Okay, that was the first one I was gonna bring up, mommy.
And mommy, like, man, mommy's she's not as muscular as her. So I don't know.
But she's not that muscular though. I mean,
Ooh,
she's got muscle. Okay, she's got muscle. I'm not trying to make it seem that she doesn't have muscle, but she's not big though, like that.
I think so, bro. I think she's on the juice.
No.
Yeah. Let's
Oh,
start paying attention though. Let's start paying attention. We'll come back at it like maybe next week and we'll say, hey, she's
okay.
juice
How
or
about
not.
this one? How about your girl Raquel?
Nah. What? She got two dimples on her back and nah. She could be.
You know what? I
Oh,
think she's probably bigger than Bianca.
you know what? No. I definitely taller. But I think most of them are on the juice one time or another. That's just me. But a lot of
Damn,
wrestlers
man.
say that.
All right. Hey,
Oh,
well,
you know who else? I'll give you a couple of people I believe are on the juice,
all right.
and I know it's definitely Dolph Ziggler.
Okay.
Probably A-Town.
Okay.
Definitely Bianca Belair. If anybody on the roster is on the juice, it's Bianca. Of course, Brock.
Okay.
Of course, Brock. And yeah, can't think so much anybody else.
Wow. Wow, man. Hey, everybody, to Pablo, you're guilty until proven innocent.
That's right.
That's mommy is on the roids. Domador pulled out of prison.
I think. Hey, I think definitely. Right now, whenever Charlotte's out, mommy's my favorite wrestler. For the girls, I definitely believe she's done a few cycles.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not saying she's on it all the time, but hey, you've got a doctor's permission, you're doing it, and a lot of people can hide it. Why not?
Yeah, Monday
do it
Night Raw
safely.
is in Memphis, Tennessee tonight. Sami Zayn coming out. Good gosh, what the hell's going on with the tag team titles?
Yeah, they need to get it off.
Yeah, por
They need to get it
favor.
off.
Yeah,
They need to get it off. And yeah, man. Hey, Raw has been horrible. Man.
I don't know if I'll say horrible, but it hasn't been good. That's for sure.
Well, they're doing the same thing every week, bro. Same thing every week.
Okay.
It's Sami Zayn, and now it's what's his name? His partner. It revolves around Sami, which I guess it got to. He's a huge star, right? But come on, can we change it up? Yeah, he is, bro.
Okay.
He's huge.
Right.
He's huge. Not maybe not in our book, but he's huge. dude, there doesn't get much bigger in the company. He's definitely bigger than everyone except probably Cody and Roman. You know,
Okay. All right. Hey, Paul.
lost steam, I should say.
He's definitely lost steam. Yeah, that's for sure. I think the kids still love him. But he's out right now, man. The crowd is going pretty crazy for him. So
Yeah, and Esther Benny says Domodork is on female hormones.
hey, Paul. So, all right. I was talking about the greatest managers of all time, right?
Yeah, I missed it. I would have liked to have been on that one. That would have been cool.
All right. Well, let's talk about that just real quick because I'm about to blow a fuse here. I'm not over this, but Paul, just name me 3. It just off the top of your head when I just say greatest of all time. You don't even really put thought into it. Just name me a few names that just come off the top of your head.
Paul Heyman, Freddie Blassie, and Bobby Heenan.
Okay. You know those. Okay, so you named just 3 just off the top of your head. You didn't even really put too much thought to it. And I'm like, okay, cool. See, but those make sense. Even if somebody were to say somebody like Mr. Fuji,
right,
or Paul Bear, or anything like that, right? I would have been like, okay, there's room for discussion there. There's room for debate. There's room for argument. I wouldn't agree with those choices, but there's room to debate. There's room to argue, right?
Yeah, but easily shut down though. Those guys you just mentioned will be easily shut down.
Okay. But the reason why I bring this up, Paul, is because a few years back, and I wish Mikey would be on here, man, because he was there when we were talking about it. There was this one guy unloading my trailer, and he's a wrestling fan. He's not some casual. He really is a wrestling fan. We talk wrestling all the time. And then I remember I brought this question up. And man, damn it, Mikey, you need to be in here, man, because he was there. And I was like, hey, so, who's the best manager of all time? Again, Paul, this is not a casual. He's not a casual. He is a wrestling fan. Yeah. Okay. He put thought into it. He's all like, oh, man, there's a lot of good ones. There's a lot of great ones. I'm like, yeah, Lord. Like, who's the best? He's all like, oh, man, give me a minute to think about it. He goes in the trailer, brings out a pallet, and he's still talking like, damn, there's so many great ones. There's so many great ones to choose from. He goes in, grabs another pallet, comes out, Paul, drops the pallet, and he's all like, oh, you know what? I got a few for you. Or like, okay, what is it, right? Like, let's hear it. I was probably thinking some of the names that you mentioned. I was probably even thinking Brother Love, maybe Captain Lou, somebody.
Yeah, Captain Lou, that's a good one.
Yeah, I mean, do I agree with those choices? No, but like I said, there's room for debate. There's room for argument. Paul, this guy tells me 2 names, Pablo.
Oh, no.
2 names, which is the most dumbest thing I've ever heard, man. This dude, do you want to take at least one guess, or you just want me to tell you the names?
Hold on.
You probably
okay. I'll say one. Yeah, let me guess. Let me guess really quick.
All right, guess.
All right. He's probably going to say Jimmy Hart.
No. Actually, that'd be a good choice. The mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, man.
It would, but I so dislike him as a manager.
This guy said Teddy Long and Stacy Keibler.
Oh, no.
Paul, he had time to think. Teddy Long. Paul, I forget. I completely forget that they were even managers.
Yeah.
Teddy Long and Stacy Keibler?
Yeah, Stacy Keibler was more an entertainer. Definitely not up there. Not even, maybe she's like in the number 100, Teddy Long, man, he was. I remember him more. I know he was a manager, bro, but I remember him more for being like the GM, stuff like that, I think he's more known for that. He would be in the discussion as best GMs. He'd be like number 52, but not best manager.
I don't even really remember who he was managing. I do remember him that he was manager, but I don't even remember who he was managing. Stacy Keebler, I think the only person I think she was managing is remember that superhero dude? He's
Dudley's
part of the Samoan family.
Dudley's too.
Oh, maybe with the Dudleys too. Okay, Paul.
Rosie, was it Rosie?
Oh yeah, Rosie. But Paul, how dumb is this guy to think to come out and then we're like, what? Like, what the heck? Not only that, Paul, he tries to convince us. He's all like, oh man, well, Teddy Long did a good job with, I don't even remember what he was saying, but he was trying to stand his ground, Paul.
Yeah.
He was trying to stand his ground by trying to convince and make an argument that Teddy Long and Stacy Keebler are the greatest managers of all time. He was trying to convince us and pull out their accolades and how great they were. We're like, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh my gosh.
Dog, you have no ground to stand on. You have no, a jellyfish has more spine than you do, dog. You are an idiot to be. He is so serious, and he's trying to point out their accomplishments, which is what? Nothing.
Yeah.
Teddy Long and Stacy Keebler, the greatest managers of all time.
Oh man. See, Stacy Keebler wasn't even brought out to be but she was just brought out more like to build her up. You know what I mean? That's all that was, and not even to build her up as a wrestler, just as somebody who's, kind of like a Shane McMahon or a Stephanie McMahon, just to be a presence there, not as a wrestler. But yeah, Teddy Long, man, he had a bunch of people, but he had a bunch of like B-listers, bro. He would have what's that guy, Mark Henry, the strongest man in the world, and stuff like that, man. Definitely Teddy, he's funny, but nah, man, not even maybe like number 100 also, bro. Yeah. Do you like him? When he comes out?
Nah, man. I'll be honest. I was never a big Teddy Long fan. Even when he was like GM, he'd come out and player, we're gonna do a tag team match. Like, I was never really a big fan of his.
Yeah,
I liked him when he was a referee, I guess. But outside of that, I didn't really care for too much for him.
Oh my gosh, dude! This guy, whoever told you that, brother, that's so wrong, bro.
I wish I could remember his name, man. I wish I could. Whenever he jumps on every once in a great while. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna stop what I'm doing and bring it up, man. Because I was like, I couldn't believe it, dog. I was like, and not only that, but the fact that he tries to make an argument for them, like, dog, what are you talking about, man?
Yeah, the only tag team I remember him managing was what's that guy's name, man? Ron Simmons. Simmons. He was a tag team champion in WCW, and I remember Teddy Long managing them, dude. But they didn't go nowhere, bro. They would fight with like the Steiners and stuff, but yeah, just other than that, man, he was a good general manager though. That was pretty fun. He would make it fun,
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah, he wasn't the worst. I'm not saying I hated him as GM. It was all right.
Jimmy Hart, bro. Jimmy Hart is the worst manager ever.
Who's that?
Man. Jimmy Hart.
The mouth of the South.
I know he's up there. He deserves it. But man, just his character. I hate his character, bro. What do you think?
I actually like his character, man.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
I do, man.
He's one of the greats. He's one of the greatest.
Yeah, he come on with the blowhorn. He managed quite a few people, man. He really did.
Big time.
And what's cool about him is that he always had the same look, but he would change the colors to match whoever he was managing.
Wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, that was cool, man. I definitely like that. Hey, Paul, where would you? This is one that I forgot. Where would you put Brother Love?
Man, I like Brother Love. Mm-hmm. As a manager?
Yeah.
Oh, man, he'd probably be like in the 20-25. 2025. But as a character, he's one of the greatest managers ever, bro. Just as a character, he was so good.
Okay.
He was one of my
Okay.
favorite characters of all time. I love you.
Yeah.
Man, he was good, bro. I'd probably
Yeah.
put him into 25.
Yeah. Hey,
Definitely not
Warren.
as low as Stacy and them.
Hey, what's up, Warren? No, I agree, man. I think people forget that Stone Cold was actually called the Ringmaster when he first came
Yep.
into the WWE, and that wasn't going anywhere. But man, yeah, I really like Brother Love. I mean, I was a kid, I was young, so I really hated him at the time. Like, oh, I can't stand him, But I mean, looking back at it, damn, that he was so damn great, man. So
Yeah.
damn great. Who was more annoying, him or the Mouth of the South?
Man. Sheesh. Maybe Brother Love.
You know, you know the thing about Brother Love, right?
But I liked him, bro, so he wasn't annoying to me.
Hold on, Paul. The thing about Brother Love, he'd paint himself red.
Yes.
He would be like the most redneck Southern Baptist.
Yep. That was classic.
Oh, that was so good, Paul. I love you. Like, Paul, it was so damn great, man.
And I think that was at a time too where a lot of those televangelists were being exposed,
Okay.
And so it was even better, it was funny, man. Great character, man. And he's still around, right?
Yeah.
He's backstage, right? He can still come out. They should bring him back once in a while.
Yeah, I used to watch his show. He used to have a podcast. I don't think he has it.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think he has it anymore, but it was really good. If people don't remember, I believe it was him that brought the Undertaker out in Survivor Series 1991, I believe it was. I don't think many people remember that, but man, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was Brother Love that is the one that introduced the Undertaker. Paul Bearer came out later.
Yeah, and I could see people bringing up Paul Bearer as one of the greatest managers, but he didn't have enough people. He just basically had Kane and Undertaker, but he wasn't all over that place. I know he had a couple more, but it wasn't all over the place. Like some of these guys, like Jimmy Hart and Bobby the Brain and Freddie Blassie, they had a lot of different people through the years that they helped get over.
Yeah, some people have mentioned Paul Bearer to me, and I think Paul Bearer was good for certain people, like the Undertaker. I mean, that was the perfect fit right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He was around with Kane as well. He worked a little bit with Mankind as well. But yeah, it wasn't okay. Is that way? Okay, 1990 Survivor Series. Okay, I said 91. All right, 1990 Survivor Series. Gotcha, Spider. But when it comes to Paul Bearer, I think he's great, but very one-dimensional.
Definitely.
Yeah. So I mean, he's deserved to be mentioned, but no, I wouldn't say greatest of all time. The classy Freddie Blassie. I mean, this whole pencil neck geeks.
Yeah.
How great was he, Paul? Because it was a little bit before my time.
Great. One of the greatest. He was one of the greatest ever. He was doing it. He was doing it before I was watching wrestling, dude. As a wrestler, and then coming on, man, he had so many people under him. And then when he turned on America, and he had the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov, it was just classic. It was classic, man. Great guy. Great wrestler.
Okay, Percy Pringle. Am I reading that right?
Why does that ring a bell?
I don't know. Richard's bringing that name up. I don't.
That rings a bell. I know that name from somewhere. Jim Cornette, most annoying. Man, that's
Jim
a
Cornette was really
pretty
good.
He was.
Jim Cornette was really good, man. I really like Jim Cornette. He did a lot of great work.
I still hear him sometimes, man, when I get a chance. Yeah, Jim's good. Or what about that one that everybody hates, Vince Russo? Vince Russo.
Oh, is that Paul Bear's real name? Percy Primo?
Okay. I heard that somewhere.
Okay, got it. Okay. All right. Jim Cornette was really good, man, and definitely needs to be mentioned. Absolutely, man. He went to help out Mr. Fuji for Yokozuna because Mr. Fuji doesn't really speak English too well.
Yeah.
So even though Mr. Fuji did a lot of good work, I think what really hurt him was just the language barrier. But how say you, Paul, on Mr. Fuji?
Mr. Fuji, in my opinion, is the greatest manager ever that would cheat. Like he would always, like his thing, he would always have powder or brass knuckles or something in his tights, or even as a manager. So that was his thing. If you were managed by Mr. Fuji, you were going to see a lot of interference. And I like the bad managers, the bad guys, the heels. I like them interfering and doing stuff like that, man. It adds a little bit of a little dimension to the wrestling match. So Mr. Fuji was the best at that, but definitely not the best manager. Not even in the top 10. Not even in the top 20, probably. But yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
look,
can I say something though?
Go for it.
In my opinion, the greatest female wrestler of all time, Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
And this is going to ruffle some feathers. The greatest manager of all time, in my opinion, is.
I'm waiting.
Oh my gosh.
I'm waiting, Paul. I'm waiting. I'm gonna attack it, man. I'm gonna attack you personally.
All right, here we go. Oh my god, I can't even think of his name right now, dude. I must have dementia. Oh my god. Who did you say?
I want to hear yours first.
Okay.
Okay, let me see. Richard is saying, do you remember Fuji Vice?
No, I don't remember Fuji Vice.
I think that kind of rings a bell. Was that when Fuji, like they were doing something like shoot. Was it something like Miami Vice kind of with Mr. Fuji almost? That kind of rings a bell. But no, Paul, go for it, man.
Like
go
a
for
comedy?
It. I'm ready to throw out all the profanity and the personal insults, man. Go for it, Paul.
Oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of his name right now. Hold on, dude. I have to. Okay,
could you picture the person's face?
Oh, I got it. There it is. Okay. My dementia went away. The greatest manager, to me, without question, of all time, is Paul Heyman.
Okay. Wow.
Paul Heyman.
Wow.
What he did with Brock.
Yes.
And then, not only that, okay, I guess we're talking on air, right? Just ECW, what he did at ECW, but dude, what he's done with Roman Reigns, bro, he's like once in a lifetime. There's never been nobody that's just had that much success, man. I mean, as the manager, he's just as important as Roman almost to the story, bro. It's like you don't want to see Paul not there. So, yeah, go ahead. Cuss me out. Tear it down.
Okay, well, first, let me go ahead. Warren is over here saying Sensational Sherry. Hey, man, Sensational Sherry does not get her due. Whenever people think of female managers, for one reason, man, I don't want to get off. I'm not going to get off topic, but let me go ahead and just agree with you, Paul, and say that Paul Heyman, in my opinion, is probably number one overall. Yeah. I think he's the greatest, man. I mean, he is so damn good, man. The longevity, how long he's been doing it. At first, I thought it was getting a little bit cheap because he was only doing it with Brock Lesnar, and that's it. But now he's done it with quite a few people. This show, Big Show. Now he's doing it with Roman Reigns. Hey, by the way, take a look. Everybody take a look at Paul Bear. Take a look how great he sells it. Look at his face. Everybody took a look at Paul Bear right here. I'm I'm sorry, at Paul Heyman, not Paul Bear. At Paul
All on
Heyman.
there, dementia.
Yeah, take a look at Paul Heyman.
The greatest.
You can't sell it better than that.
Nope, no one
You
does.
cannot sell it better than that. He is like in all of worship, man. He is like, you could almost see it like, yes, this is my tribal chief. Like I just, you can't sell it better than that, man.
Yep. Even when Roman's fighting in the ring, his facial expressions outside. When the camera's not even on him and it goes over, he's always has his face going.
Right.
You know, it's great, man. Sensational Sherry, man. Wow.
Sensational Sherry is damn great. She is.
She doesn't get her due though because of Elizabeth.
Yes, exactly, Paul. Exactly. Yeah. And what the hell did she do? Tell me, anybody tell me, what did Miss Elizabeth ever really do? She was there beside Macho Man. He's already over. He didn't need her. She needed him because she had no character, Paul. She has no character. May she rest in peace. Beautiful woman and everything. I'm not downing her, but I'm just simply saying when people talk about great female managers, oh, Miss Elizabeth, really? Why? What did she do? Oh, she was there for the mega powers. That's the immortal Hulk Hogan and the Macho Man. They completely buried her. She didn't add anything to it at all. She did not contribute to putting any of these guys over. Not even close, Paul. There is zero character. Can anybody name me anything that she really did? I guarantee you the thing that you're going to name is when she ripped her skirt off and it got the attention of the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase. That was it. Other than that, zero character from this woman. She is not the greatest of all time. You want to talk about the greatest female manager or just one of the greatest managers of all time, period, male or female. You're talking about Sensational Sherry, dang it.
Yeah, well, I'll say this for Elizabeth, though. Elizabeth, although in the ring, didn't do much, hardly at all. She did add to the soap opera. You know, is she going to stay with Macho? Is Macho abusing her? Is, all that. But because they fell in love, they everybody, like, their heart went out to her, like Macho Man, like, I don't know if you remember, most of the time Macho Man would come in the ring, she would hold the rope open for him. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
That was classic move, right? So everybody kind of hated Macho for that. So she did the soap opera part, but in the ring, no, she didn't do nothing. It was just making sad faces. She was good at that. No, but definitely Sherry did more in the ring and was more vocal and out there for sure.
There is nothing, in my opinion, that Elizabeth. All right, so you're saying she added to. Okay, I mean
the story. That's all I'm saying. The story that's outside of the ring, like are they fighting? Are they?
But couldn't any other girl do that?
If they would have to have the same look, though. She had like an innocent look, She didn't have like a look.
So
like,
it was okay. So it was looks then, because of her look.
Probably a lot of it. She looked like a sweet, innocent person. She played it up, but I mean, that's what she did. That's, Sensational Sherry definitely had a better wrestling career, But I'm just saying, I'm just trying to point out why people don't like Sherry. They look at her like the second wife. You know what I mean? They look at her like something extra. Like Elizabeth is the first. She's the queen. And then Sensational Sherry came later. That's how they look at it. Fair or not, that's what they looked at.
Hey, everybody could look at it that way, man. To me, Sensational Sherry completely backhands Elizabeth, and pretty much what Debo did to Red. That's more about Punk.
Yeah. No, you're right, and you're right. You're 100% right. But people's hearts are more with Elizabeth. But you're 100% right at that same time. 100%. You can't. Nobody could argue with that.
Oh man, of why HBK really got over, in my opinion, was really because of Sensational Sherry. I think she contributed a lot to that.
Mm-hmm.
His entrance song used to be by her. It used to be her singing it. And
Oh man.
he would, you know how he does when he gets into the middle of the ring? We're talking about HBK.
Yeah.
And he extends his leg,
Yes.
bends the other knee, and he
Yes.
flexes. And now you got the pyro going on in the background. So he would go in there with Sherry, right? And he grab her from the hair, Paul, right?
Yes.
Grab her from the hair and throw her to the ground. And she
Yes.
dropped to the ground like liking it, and she would be laying on her side with her elbow folded and her hand on her head while HBK flexes right behind her. Like
Right.
that was killed her, man. That was badass. I was like, damn, this is awesome, man.
Yeah. Do you remember when she came out and sang it?
Yes.
That was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Oh man, she was great. She was great, man. Elizabeth, I'm not gonna dog her anymore, but I just there's no comparison. There's no comparison.
But you still have to give it. You have to give Elizabeth her props, man. She did a good job on just being a soap opera star. That's all. Not nothing in the ring. Yeah.
I don't know, Paul. There's really nothing for me to. Me,
you're probably biased though.
Okay, Paul. To me, any woman could have done that.
Maybe.
And that's the thing. If anybody can do it, I'm not really sure how much props I'm really giving to the person. I thought anybody could do that, Paul.
You're right.
It didn't take much.
No, it didn't take much. You're right. But like without her, you're right. You're right. 100% right. Right. But without her, there would have been friction with the Mega Powers, and you know what I mean? And definitely right. She didn't do much. She made a sad face and, oh, you're being mean to me, Macho, like her face. Yeah, I get it. No, I get what you're saying. But nonetheless, she was there, and sad ending, right? Sad ending. What happened to her, and who was she dating? Mr. Wonderful at the time?
No, Lex Luger.
Lex Luger. There you go.
Yeah.
Lex Luger. You know what? We got to get into more stuff later about Lex one day. But yeah.
Let's do it, man. But outside of that, Paul, I guess just to wrap it up, man. The whole secret is out with the whole what Shinsuke, what he whispered to Seth Rollins. He said, "I know about your back." Paul, are you any more interested in this storyline?
I am offended at this match. I am offended at this match, bro. He just went from being a nobody. Now all of a sudden he's in the main event. I don't get it, man. I don't get it, man. That's so horrible, bro. I just, gosh, and this is coming from a Shinsuke fan. Gosh. And then, and to top it off too, another thing that's dumb. It's like every week it's Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Trish Stratus. She fights one week, one the next week. It's like, come on, dude. It's like they're doing that thing again that Vince used to do. It's like, okay, one day you'll fight Sammy, next day you'll fight. It's like they just switch it up, and they do it for like a month. The same people fighting each other. It takes no thought, man. I'm kind of like sick of it, man. Raw needs to step it up.
Yeah, they definitely do, man. And we got Payback this Saturday, so we'll definitely have to break that down. I'm not even really sure all the matches. They just barely started forming some matches. One of the ones I'm really looking forward to is Raquel versus Mommy. They should make that the main event, like the very last match. I mean, Payback is kind of a whack pay-per-view, but if you guys really want to beef it up, make that the very last match. But we'll definitely break that down, man.
And Seth, dude, man, Seth and Shinsuke is horrible, bro.
It's terrible, man.
And you know what? They got to stop too on Raw, filling up time with Tommaso Ciampa, Mr. Wrestling, Bronson Reed. Nobody cares about those guys, dude. Come on, man.
Man, good gosh. You know what? Monday Night Raw just got that much better. The Miz The
Oh.
Miz is coming out as LA Knight.
Oh no.
Oh, anything else, brother, before we wrap it up? Because this is badass.
Nah, man. Just everybody out there, man, take care. We appreciate you coming in. Please hit the thumbs up.
Wow, man, this is this is actually pretty damn good. All
Hey,
right, yeah.
But before we go, on a lighter note, please pray for Cholo Trucker, because in the coming couple of weeks, 2 weeks or so, we're going to have the greatest Intercontinental Champion of all time, past the Honky Tonk Man. Get ready.
Wow, son of a gun, man. That is Pablo. You guys can find him on LA Times. Please go over there and troll him.
Yes.
Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies. We'll catch you guys on next one.
Take this home and I'll take off. And I'm gonna